Good evening and welcome. Tonight I'm going to teach you the Czech alphabet and a few simple phrases in Czech, just some basic ones. So, the good news about the Czech alphabet is that every letter in the English alphabet, the phonetic alphabet, is in it. So that's good for people that only know how to write English. The bad news is that there's a lot of other letters too. And some are pronounced the same in English and some are very different. So let's start at the beginning. A very good place to start. We have, let's see, yep, you can see. A. There we go. The letter A, right? In Czech, then it's pronounced it's a soft A, so like in the word awesome. Like soft A, not a hard A, not A, it's like the word awesome. And there's two different kinds of vowels in Czech. There are short vowels and long vowels. So is the short vowel and the long vowel. With a čárka over it, or a dash, čárka. And easily, a short vowel is just and a long vowel is So just like say it's a long vowel, so it's very simple, right? Next, letter B. And it's pronounced like an English b, like baby, boy, B. Next, of course, we have the letter C. Now, the letter C in Czech is not pronounced like the letter C in English, because, you know, in English it can be either a hard k or a soft s, right? In Czech, it's more of a ts sound, ts. So like in the word seats, ts sound, ts. Not s, but ts. Do you hear the difference? Ts, like seats, ts. Now, like how we have short and long vowels, we have different consonants as well. There's hard, soft, and mixed. So, a soft C. Well, this is already a soft vowel, but there's a different version of the soft C with a háček over it, or a hook, háček. I do have to say that I do have problems writing the same size and in a straight line, so you'll have to forgive me. So a letter C with a háček is a ch sound, like choose, choice, chocolate, ch, so it's ts, ch, ts, ch. I hope this all makes sense. Next we have the letter D, which is pronounced like an English duh, like dog, dead, things like that, duh, very simple. And then we have the soft version. So this is the hard sound, duh, and then we have the soft. Anytime you see the háček over it, that means it's a soft consonant. And it doesn't really have a sound in English, I don't think. It sounds like dia, dia, dia. So like a dia with a dy sound, dia, dia. So da, dia, da, dia, like that. Da, dia. I hope that makes sense. Next we have the E's. Let's head over here for the E's. So we have, yes, more than one E, because we have short and long, right? We have the letter E. There we go, letter E. And that's pronounced not E, but kind of like the word echo, that E sound, And then, of course, we have the long version, So and there's one other E. This one. And it's like, kind of like this. Like, dia, it's yeah. 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 But, you know, don't make it like iya, like it's two syllables. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Like that. Kind of like the Y sound in there. I'm getting a little easier. F, pronounced the same in English. F, like fun, funny. And the letter G, pronounced g, like gun, gut. It's like that, same as in English. Then we have H, of course. And it's pronounced the same like in English. Like happy, hat. So you're like, oh good, this is getting easier, right? Wrong, because now we have this letter. And yes, this is one letter. And, you know, in English, it's pronounced ch, but that's what this letter is, right? So in this letter, Czech, is pronounced ch. Like it's sound in the back of your throat. And, you know, we don't have those kind of sounds in English. So think of like challah bread, right? Or Hanukkah. Words like that. It's in the back of your throat. Almost like someone's grabbing you and you're being choked. So not ch, because that's this one. See, with the hook. And next we have I, and that makes an E kind of sound. E. Like in the word ink. We don't say ink, we say ink, right? Ink, E sound. And then, of course, the long version. Like that, with the charka on top, which is E. E, 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 E. To get a little more complicated, because next is J, right? And it's not pronounced at all like in English J. It's pronounced yeah. It's a Y sound. Yeah. Yeah. Sounding a lot like in the word yucca, like the yucca plant. Yeah. Yeah. It's never a j sound. If you ever see it in a Czech language, it's never, ever j. It's always yeah, no matter what. Next we have K. And it's kind of pronounced like the English K, but not quite. It's k sound. So not a hard k sound like kite, kid. It's k. Think like the word dark. And I'm pronouncing that because it's ASMR. So think of the word dark. You don't say dark. Dark. K. Very soft K. Dark. K. 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 It's funny because it's pronounced the same way in Korean. K. It's weird how there's parallels. There's a lot of letters actually in Czech that are pronounced the same in Korean. Very bizarre. K. Like back of your throat. Not a hard K. Like with your tongue in the front. Think back of your throat. K. K. K sound. Let's go a little easier. L, same as in English. L. M, same as in English. M. And N, same as in English. N. But there is an N with a hachek, the hook. And like this one and this one, it's pronounced nya. 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 So that's n, nya. N, nya. Like that. Next we have O, which is not pronounced like English O, of course. It's pronounced aw. Aw. Like in the word odd. You don't say ode, you say odd. ah. And of course, the long version. Ah, 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 like that. Next is P, which kind of, it's like K. It's p, 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 not p, p. Like the word stop. You know, we don't say stop, 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 p, p, p. Don't go like, don't push your lips together so hard to make an English P. Just barely push your lips together. P, 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 like that. P sound. It's a very soft sound. Next we have Q. Now, Q does not exist in the Czech language. It's only there for foreign words, so it's pronounced exactly like Q in English or any other foreign language, Spanish, you know, other languages that use Q. So it's the same pretty much. Moving on to R now. If you know anything about foreign languages, R is always weird. R is always weird in every language. It never sounds the same in any language, in Czech especially. So this R is rolled. Like a purring sound. That's what I think of when I think of the R. I think purr. It's always rolled. Every R, if it's an R like this in Czech, is rolled every single time. Not sometimes like in some language. It's always rolled. Sound. Sound. Getting a little more complicated. We have the dreaded R with the Czech. Now, this sound does not exist in any other language in the world. Czechs are very proud of this letter. And it's very difficult to pronounce. That even like school children or kids learning the alphabet have a hard time with it. Again, this sound only exists in Czech, nowhere else in the world, so it's very hard to demonstrate. And I've really been practicing, and I'm like 90% sure I'm getting it right, but it's harsh, 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 harsh. Like, how do you even spell that out phonetically? Harsh. So it's rolled kind of with a j sound at the end of it, but it's all one syllable. Harsh. So think of the very famous Czech composer Dvorak. So in English we pronounce his name Dvorak, right? But there's no J in there because you say Dvorak. Dvorak. Harsh. Harsh. So ready? Harsh. Harsh. It's difficult. Practice it. It's so making it with your mouth for the first time is so difficult. Harsh. 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 It's fun. Next we have S, right? S. It's pronounced the same in English. S sound. S, like C. A C. A saw. Stuff like that. But then we move on to this one with the Czech, and that one is pronounced sh, like shop, like sh sound. Sh. S. Sh. S. Sh, like that. T is kind of like the K and P sound where it's soft. So think of the word flat. You don't say flat, right? Flat. T, 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 t. Don't do a hard t sound. T, t. Just barely with your teeth. T, 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 like that. Again, it's the same in Korean. It's really weird. The K, P, and T sound are exactly the same in Korean. It's so bizarre, but that happens a lot in languages. T. And then there's the, make sure I get the chisel right. It's messing up things. Tia. So just like dia, ya, nya, we have tia. Tia. Ta, tia, ta, tia. Next is U, and it's not really pronounced like English U. It's pronounced oo. It's like the word umlaut. If you know what an umlaut is. If you know the word naive, you know how it's spelled like that. That symbol is an umlaut. So oo, like an umlaut. And then, of course, there's the long version. Ooh, so ooh, ooh. Now there's a different U too with a circle above it, or a kroshek, which just means circle. It's pronounced exactly the same as this. It's just that this one you use at the front of a word, and this one is only in the middle or at the end of a word. You never put this in the front. So it's pronounced just like this. So ooh, 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 like that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like that. Let me remove that so that don't get confused. This is the kroshek circle. Next is V, pronounced the same as in English. V, vest, you know, velvet. V, like that. Then we have W, which like Q doesn't exist in Czech. It's only for foreign words, but it's not pronounced like in English W, it's pronounced O. So think like the word flow, O, like that. In Czech, O. That's pronounced O, not W. And in Czech, they actually call this word dvojtve, which means double V, which makes a lot of sense. Like, we call it W, but it looks a lot more like a V, doesn't it? Then X, which also doesn't exist in Czech, so it's just pronounced like the letter X. X, like the word taxi is Czech for taxi, because it's a foreign word, and it's pronounced taxi, because it has the X in it. Next is Y. Y is a little complicated, but not really once you think about it. So Y is pronounced the same as the I sound, E. And then, of course, there's the long version, you know. E, sorry, my spelling's getting smaller and smaller as I go. I apologize. E, 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 right? So they are pronounced the same because they're kind of used the same in spelling in a way. So when you have a hard consonant, it would be followed with a Y. And if you have a soft consonant, it's followed with an I. And there's also mixed consonants where it's, you know, one or the other depending on the spelling of the word. So that is the main difference between the I and Y, but they're pronounced the same. So E, like in ink, just like that. Then we have, let me try to make this a little bigger, or Z, which is pronounced like in English, Z, like zebra or zebra, depending on what English-speaking part of the world you're from, Z. And then, of course, we've got one more curveball. See, with the check over it, which is pronounced zh. Zh. So think like the word treasure or pleasure, the zh sound in the middle. Treasure, zh, zh. So za, zh, za, zh, like that. And that's it. That's the Czech alphabet all together. So let's go over it again one more time. Again, I apologize if this looks like a hot mess, but it's the best I can do. So we have A, B, Z, Ch, D, D, E, Y, F, G, H, H, I, Y, G, L, M, N, Ň, A, P, Q, K, R, Hrš. Do it again. Hr, hrš. S, š, t, tja, u, v, o, x sound, I, z, zh. Let's do it one more time, but I'm going to erase each one as I say it. we have a, you practicing, say it along with me. B, z, ch, like Czech Republic, like Czechia. D, D sound, D, dia, dia, dia. E, yeah, yeah. I wish there was a good English example I could use for those letters, but I can't think of any. If you can, leave it in a comment. F, G, H, 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 the back of your throat, H, E, 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 ya, 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 G, G, G. Remember, not K, K. L, M, N, Nya, Nya, like that, Nya. A, 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 P, P, P. Q sounds. K, R, R, R. Always rolled. R, Harsh, harsh, harsh. S, s. Sh, 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 like sh, sh. T, t, t. Tia, tia. Erase this too. Ooh, ooh, and ooh, ooh. V, O, not W, O. X sound. E, and E. Z, J, J. Z with the Czech, J. And now you know the Czech alphabet. There's a couple of, how do you say it? Diphthongs. I always say that word wrong. That are a little different. I'm not going to go over those now. Let's keep it simple. Let me teach you some numbers in Czech. There's my marker. So let's teach you the numbers we've got. Starting with 0, because 0 is actually really easy in Czech. Zero is nula. So like the word null. Nula. Nula. Very simple. 1 is jedna. Jedna. Spelled like this. Jedna. Ooh. Jedna. Not to be a nerd, but it makes me think of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess with Midna. Jedna. It sounds exactly the same. Jedna. 2 is dva. Dva. Now don't say dva. It's one syllable. Dva. Dva. Number 3 is the hardest word that I've learned in the Czech language. Make sure, yeah. because it has this friend in it. So this word is pronounced ksha. Ksha. Oh, I've been practicing and practicing. I hope I'm getting it right. Ksha. 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 I know it looks like tree. Ksha. Ksha. So, jedna, dva, ksha. 4 is shterge. It's spelled like this. With, yeah. Shterge. Shterge. Now I know you're thinking, oh man, Czech numbers are really, really hard. These are very hard to pronounce. I have good news for you. The rest are very simple. Number 5 is piet. Piet. Remember E with the Czech is yeah. Piet. 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 6 is, remember what the hot Czech makes the S, makes it an SH. So this is chest. Remember, you don't really pronounce that T. Chest. Chest. Number 7 is sed. Sed. Kind of sounds like 7. Sed. 8 is awesome. Awesome. Sounds like awesome. Awesome. 9 is deviet. Deviet. And number 10 is deset. Deset. So, told you it gets easier. So it's nula, jedna, dva, kshe, shtarja, piet, šest, sed, osm, devět, deset. Those are numbers 0 through 10 in Czech. A little side note. So like in lots of other Latin-based countries, we have masculine and feminine words, right? In Czech, we have masculine, feminine, and neutral. So 1 and 2 change depending on if you're counting things that are masculine, feminine, or neutral. So just a little aside. Masculine 1 and 2 are jeden, and 2 stays the same, dva. Feminine 1 and 2, 1 stays the same, jedna, but 2 is dvě, dvě, dvě. And then neutral, if it's a neutral noun. If you don't know about masculine and feminine, if you haven't studied any other language that includes that, that's a whole other conversation. We're not going to worry about it today. A neutral one is jedno, jedno. And 2 is the same as the feminine, dvě, dvě, dvě. Just an aside. So let's erase and say them one more time. We have nula, nula, jedna, jedna, dva, dva. I always take a second to think. Ksha, ksha, ksha. Shtarja, shtarja. Piet, piet, piet. Šest, 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 šest. Sedm, sedm, sedm. Osm, osm. Devět, devět, devět. And deset, 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 deset. I guess with this side. Alright, before we go, let's just learn how to say hello and goodbye. Wipe whiteboard is totally clean. There we go. There we go. So, like in a lot of languages, especially Latin-based languages, but it exists in other languages as well, we have formal and informal ways of talking. And we don't really have this in English. We do to some extent. Informal is spoken to like your friends, maybe close coworkers, close family members, or small children, people who you're close to. So think like the informal version of hello is hi, hey, what's up, how's it going, stuff like that. That's informal. Whereas formal would be like how you would talk to someone, more important than you, like maybe grandparents, your boss, your teachers, like people that you respect or, are quote unquote higher up than you. So a formal greeting would be, hello or good day to you, fine, so something like that. Like I said, we don't really have it in English like some other languages do. So let's start with the informal hello, which is ahoy. Ahoy, like ahoy, sailor. Or like on The Simpsons, when Mr. Burns answers the phone, he goes ahoy, ahoy, like that. Ahoy. Now, just like in Hawaiian, we have aloha, or in Korean, we have annyeong. Ahoy can mean hi or bye informally. So, ahoy. Ahoy. So, done. We're done with informal. Ahoy. That's all you need to know for this. So, that's the informal. Let's do the formals. So the formal way of saying hello is dobry den. Dobry den, which literally means good day. Like literal translation, good day. Now, I'm sure that's an E. Dobry den. Dobry den. Say dobry den. Remember, roll that R. Dobry den. Now, since it means good day, you wouldn't say this in the morning or evening time because this literally means day. You don't say that early in the morning. So, to say good morning, you say dobre rano. Dobre rano. Remember, you always roll those R's. Every single R. Dobre rano, which means good morning, literally. Dobre rano, dobre rano. Dobry den, dobre rano. And to say good evening, we say dobry wieczór. Dobry wieczór, which means good evening. Literally. Now, let's say it again. Dobry den, dobre rano, dobry wieczór. Now, if these literally all mean good day, morning, evening, why is this one so different from the others? If they all mean good, it's because dobry is the masculine form of good. Dobre is the neutral form of good. So again, those masculine, feminine, neutral. Ugh. There's the rooster. It's time to go. It's early. Let's say goodnight. Or let's say goodbye, I should say. We're gonna say the formal goodbye. Na śniadano. Na śniadano. Na śniadano. Rooster saying Dobry rano. And I'm saying Na śniadano. Na śniadano. Goodbye. Na śniadano. Ahoy.